Students, in the previous class, we discussed about equipotential surfaces. Now, with a short recap, let us continue our discussion. So, here is a question in front of you, which is from NCERT exemplar. The work done to move a charge along an equipotential from A to B, along an equipotential surface, let's say from A to B. Now, there are four options, and you need to select. There may be more than one option correct, right? Now the work done in moving a charge along an equipotential from A to B. Let's say this is point A and this is point B. Now we need to find out work done, right? So the first option says that it cannot be defined as negative of line integration of electric field. Second is must be defined as negative of line integral of electric field. Now let us recall that what is the negative of line integral of electric field equals to between point A to B. It is equal to the potential difference between the 2 points, right? And we know that the potential difference between the 2 points in electric field can be defined as work done in moving the charge between those 2 points. So this B option is correct, that the work done to move a charge along the equipotential must be defined as this quantity, right? Now, the third option says that this work done is 0. So we know that since the potential difference between the 2 points which lies on the equipotential surface is 0, then obviously the work done in moving a charge between those 2 points has to be 0. So that is why here we have option B and option C as the correct options. So if it is 0, then can have a non-zero value, has to be incorrect. So these two are the wrong statements, and second B and C are the correct options. Now next let us talk about electric potential energy of a system of point charges. Yes. Now, how do we define the potential energy? You know, in case of gravitation, we talk about the gravitational potential energy, and that is used to be the the gravitational potential energy we can define as work done in work done in raising the object to a certain height, to that particular height in a gravitation field will be the potential energy possessed by that body. In case of the system of charges, suppose I consider two charges, let's say Q1 and Q2. Okay. Suppose these are the two like charges, they lie infinitely distance apart. This one Q1 and Q2. They are very far away. They are infinitely away from each other. In that case, the potential energy, let's say U will be equal to 0. Reason behind? Because in that case, no work is done to bring them to bring them to their locations, since they are infinitely apart. But if there is some finite distance, or if they are close to each other, in that case, work has to be done against the force of repulsion. And that work done is stored in the system in the form of its electric potential energy. Right? So we can define the electric potential energy of system of point charges as the amount of work done in assembling the charges at their locations by bringing them in from infinity. Now let us find out the expression for this electric potential energy. That is the electric potential energy of system of 2-point charges. So for this, suppose I consider the system of two charges, again Q1 and Q2, which are at a separation of, let's say, R12 from each other. So to arrange them in this configuration, we have to do work done, and we calculate that work done, and then that work done will be equal to the potential energy of this system of two charges. So suppose for this, what do we consider? That initially, suppose charge Q1 is placed in space at a point, let's say A. Right? Now, to bring this charge Q1 from infinity, there would have been zero work done because there is no field initially. So, when there is no field initially around the space, then obviously no work has been done. So, we can say that work done, let's say W1 in bringing the charge Q1 from infinity to point A is equal to 0. Okay? Now, we need to bring this charge Q2 at some distance from this Q1. Suppose we need to bring this charge Q2 at a point B, which is at a distance of R12 from A. So in that case, first of all, we need to determine what is the electric potential due to this charge Q1 at this point, okay, at this point B. I consider this point to be B. So electric potential due to charge Q1 at point B. Let us name it as V1. So how much this V1 will be equal to? From the definition of potential due to a single charge, we can consider it to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R12. This is the potential at point B due to charge Q1, which lies at point A. Now, suppose if Q2 charge is moved from infinity and reaches till point B, then if its work done will be, how to calculate its work done? If charge Q2 is moved from infinity to point B, work done required will be how much? Then the work done required will be, from the definition of work done, we can say it is charge Q2 which has to be moved into the potential at that point B. That is, we have marked V1 as. We will mark as V1. So it will be equal to, substituting a value of V1, 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R12. Now, this work done is stored as the potential energy of the system of two charges. So we can say, therefore, potential energy for the system of two charges is how much? Representing by U, that will be equal to, let's say this work done is W2. I mark this W2, this work done as W2. So it will be W1 plus W2, where W1 is 0 and W2 is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R12. So in general, we get the expression for potential energy of two system of charges as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12. Now similarly, if these are the system of three charges, let's say Q1, Q2 and Q3. Suppose I consider the system of three charges. Let's say this is Q1, this is Q2 and let's say this is Q3. And let's say the separation between the charges are, let's say R12 is a distance between Q1 and Q2. R23 is a distance between Q2 and Q3. And R31 is a distance between Q1 and Q3. So, as based on this equation, we can consider the potential energy due to the system of three charges as work done in bringing the three charges at their required positions. Okay, so first of all, again, if we bring Q1 initially from infinity, then work done in bringing the charge from infinity to point A, let's say, is equal to 0 because initially there is no electric field. So no work has to be done, right? Now, due to this Q1, there is potential at point B also and there is potential at point C also. So first of all, I consider potential at point B will be how much? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R12. Similarly, potential at point C will be due to Q1 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R31. Now, work done in bringing the charge at point B, bringing the charge Q2 is W2. Now there is right now there is field only due to Q1 or potential only due to Q1. That is we have marked as VB. So this W2 will be equal to Q2 into VB. That is how much? We will get it to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12. So this is work done is 0 initially. Now the work done in bringing the charge Q2 is this much, W2. Now we need to calculate work done in bringing the charge Q3 from infinity to this C. So for this, we need to consider that what is the potential at point C first of all. So because of charge Q1, there is a potential at C which we have already mentioned here. But now since Q2 is also at point B, this Q2 will also create its potential at point C. So the total potential will be the sum of the two potentials, right? So this was this term 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R31 was the potential due to Q1. Now the potential due to Q2 we can add here itself. So we can just take out 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught common and then we can add in it Q2 upon R23. So now this becomes the total potential at point C, right? So now the work done in bringing Q3 from infinity to point C will be W3, which will be equal to Q3 into VC. So what do we get now? We get 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 Q3 by R31 plus Q2 Q3 by R23. So what is the total work done now? The sum of the three work done. So let us add equation 1, 2 and 3. So the total work done W will be W1 plus W2 plus W3. That is the total work done and which will also be equivalent to the potential energy of the system of these three charges. So what do we get now when we add all the three work done? Taking out 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught common, we get this one. Equation 1 plus equation 2 plus equation 3, we get Q1 Q2 by R12 plus Q1 Q3 by R31 plus Q2 Q3 by R23. This gives you the total potential energy or the total electric potential energy of the system of 3-point charges which are separated by some finite distance. So we can generalize this equation for the system of n-point charges. So what do we get after for n-point charges? So for n-point charges, what will be the general equation? For n-point charges, we can write down the equation as U, the total potential energy. So from here itself, generalizing 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, right? Then we just take the summations of I is equal to 1 to n, let's say, and another one we take j is equal to 1 to n again, and it will be qi qj upon rij, where also for any number I should not be equal to j. So there is a double summation counts that every summation counts every pair twice. So to avoid this, the factor half has to be introduced, isn't it? So in general, we can also write down it to be half of into half of this quantity. Fine. So this is how we generalize for n-point charges. Now this is, we found the potential energy when there was no electric field, when there was no external field. What if the system of 2-point charges lies in some external field? In that case, initially when we talk about the system of two charges, let's say Q1 and Q2, they were separated by, let's say, some distance equal to r. So we discussed that initially to bring the charge Q1 at point A, let's say, there won't be any work done. Work done will be equal to 0 since initially there is no field. But now, when there is some external field, initially also, then in the presence of the external field, the work done in bringing the two charges will remain the same, right? Work done between these two charges will be same. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R. But in additional to this, there will be work done in bringing this charge Q1 because of the potential at point A, that is VA, which is already there, and potential at point B, which is VB, which is already there because of the external electric field. So along with this term, it will be Q1 VA plus Q2 VB. So two additional terms will also be there. I hope this point is clear. Now there is a question based on this concept, NCERT question. Determine the electrostatic potential energy of system consisting of two charges, 7 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb. It is microcoulomb. 7 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb, and with no external field, which are placed at this configuration, minus 9 centimeter 00 and 9 centimeter 00 respectively. So let us solve part A first. So according to this, these two charges are placed, we can consider them that both the charges are along the x-axis, that is along the straight line, wherein along the straight line, if we consider this point to be the origin, then one charge, that is 7 plus 7 microcoulomb, is located at minus 9 centimeter, means over here. If this is minus 9 centimeter, then here we have a charge of Q1 which is equal to 7 microcoulomb. At this plus 9 centimeter location, we have minus 2 microcoulomb charge respectively. So Q2 is minus 2 microcoulomb. So now since there is no external field, we can directly use the formula for electrostatic potential energy for the system of two charges. That is, U is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R, where R is how much? In this case, that is the distance between the two charges. So since their location is minus 9 and plus 9, and that is on the x-axis, so finally the distance will be the difference between the two points, that gives you 18 centimeter. And here the value of Q1 and Q2 we are going to introduce along with the sign, since potential energy is a scalar quantity. So it will be 7 into 10 raised to the power minus 6, then upon 0.18. We need to convert it into meters. On solving this, we get the value of potential energy equal to minus of 0.7 joules. So the significance of minus sign, what is the role of minus sign here? It signifies that both the charges are experiencing the attractive force. And yes, we know it, that since the charges are opposite in nature, that is why the force need to be attractive. So that is why they possess the negative potential energy. Now let's come to the second part. How much work is required to separate the two charges infinitely away from each other? Work required, right? So in this case, now we consider initially that the charges are placed at these two locations, at location A and B. Here is charge Q1 and here is charge Q2, which are separated by a distance of 18 centimeter in this case, isn't it? Since this is the origin and Q1 is at a distance of minus 9 centimeter from origin and Q2 is at a distance of plus 9 centimeter. So initially they possess the energy. Now I consider it as an initial potential energy as minus of 0.7 joules, right? Now when these two charges are taken away infinitely, then what will be their potential energy? Let us consider it with the final potential energy, and this will be equal to 0 since the charges will be infinitely away from each other. Now, using work energy theorem, we can say that work done is equal to change in potential energy, that is U final minus U initial. So, this will be equal to 0 minus of 0.7, that gives you plus 0.7 joules. So, this is the work done when these two system charges are taken away from infinity, to infinity. Plus. Now let us come to the third part of this. Now suppose the same system of the charges are now placed in external electric field, where the electric field is also not uniform. The electric field is not also uniform. It depends on R. What is R here? R is again the position with respect to the origin. So again, considering the same situation, Q1 is at point A, Q2 is at point B. Let's say this is the origin, and then the distance R is 9 centimeter from origin for both the charges. So it is minus 9 centimeter, and Q2 is at a distance of plus 9 centimeter with respect to the origin. So that the magnitude of R remains the same. Now, what is the electrostatic energy of the configuration now? So obviously, now the electrostatic potential energy will have two more values in addition to the previous work done. So previously we calculated the work done or the potential energy that was due to the intermolecular, due to the interaction, due to the mutual interaction. The initial energy, that is minus of 0.7 joule. This energy, this electrostatic energy, was due to the mutual interaction of the two charges. It remains the same, but addition to this, we have two more reasons for this energies, and that is the energy of interaction of the two charges with the external field. So due to this Q1, the work done in bringing this Q1 from infinity to point A will also be responsible due to the potential which is present at point A, that is VA. So it will be Q1 times of VA plus similarly Q2 times of VB, where VB will be the potential at point B, plus we call it as U12. That is the potential energy due to the interaction of the two charges. Now let us see what is VA and what is VB. Numerically, they both are same, and how much they will be equal to. From the relation, we know that E is equal to dV by dr. So from here we can say V is equal to E into R. So accordingly, we can say, since R is also same for both the charges with respect to the origin, so VA will be equal to VB will be equal to A into 1 by R. Right? A into 1 by R. So now we get it as Q1 into VA, that is Q1 is how much? Q1 is 7 microcoulombs into VA will be A times of, that is 9 into 10 raised to the power 5 upon R, that is 0.09 in terms of meters, plus Q2. Q2 is since minus 2 microcoulombs into VB is again same, that is A by R, where R is also same and A is also same. And the potential energy due to the mutual interaction we have already calculated to be minus of 0.7. And when we solve this value, we get it equal to the total energy as 49.32. This is what you will get as a final potential energy when the same system of two charges are placed in this external electric field.